It's fucking creepy. It's just gone. Oh no, it's not. It's still. It just disappeared. Let's see what that cloud does that it just passed through. Well, this was the bigger one. Let's see if it's doing anything. Oh, would you look at that? And you know it's growing. This mess. And do you see all the just crap around everything? These clouds are actually breaking up. They were growing. Like, very quickly. And now they seem to be, it hopped from cloud to cloud, kind of, like, almost like I don't know, it had the perfect flight path that it just hit, starting from start to finish, every cloud all the way across. And each one, well, at first, before it hit, I thought they were growing, but they were growing individually. Now they're all, it's like it knocked them apart, and they're all kind of spreading apart, and I don't really think it did it, actually. I think whatever else is the other component of this, which the consensus seems to be NEXRAD or HARP-like ionospheric heaters, which excite the aluminum and ionized particles in the air, and can, especially with the NEXRAD, I didn't know what they actually, it doesn't surprise me they were designed by the military. I mean, they need radar, but we always see them as a, oh shit, we always see them as a weather, a weather monitoring device. But they were also built to transmit, and each one can and does and has a lot of power behind it. So it for some reason it was hard. At first I didn't really accept it. Well, it's only been 2 days since I found out, but this is fucking weird. They usually don't just all come out. It's usually like maybe 2 of them, and they draw these 2 kind of perpendicular lines, and then then they come back around and cross, and so on. And these just, man, it's like they came out of nowhere, all 3 of them. And they're, once again, if you look, the whole sky, it's like clearing out. In fact, once again, I take it all back. It's not that it stopped them. It's not that it just knocked them apart and cause them to spread out. I think it is causing them to break up. I don't know which one of these is more awesome. Awesome in a scumbaggery sense. That one's pretty. I mean, these are so obvious. I also find it strange these on days like this when we get these weird, very rapidly growing clouds out of nothing and so on. You know, of course, the sky is just never. I can't remember the last time it was the real blue I grew up with, but so that's a given. It's kind of just gunky and hazy, but usually they leave these thick piling trails, and it's the trails that seem to turn into clouds. But these guys are whoa, hey, right there, please. The sun's right in my face, it's hard to see. Where are you, buddy? You've got to be doing this shit on purpose. Damn it, why are you flying in the sun? There's this jet up there that's just nasty looking, and it's not spraying anything. But it's where these guys came from. It's going back to right where those three came out of, and I just can't get it. Damn. They must have, I mean, they had to have had this plan for these guys to be meeting and then starting their little sprays right in the sun, because this is like the second or third time I could have just gotten, I mean, that jet was in clear view and I couldn't find it because it wasn't spraying, but it was spraying earlier. And they all retreated directly over the sun, and I can't see any. Wait, there's one. But once again, am I going to be able to find it? Okay. Headed for that cloud right there. So you're right above it. Come on, focus you. There you are. See, what the fuck kind of plane is that? It's so weird. And why are they spraying these trails that I've never seen these before? They're just disappearing. They're hopping from cloud to cloud, and yeah, they're leaving obvious trails, but it's almost like, I don't know, while I'm busy watching that, all these other ones are the other ones that have stopped are busy flying in and out of these clouds doing, there it goes. there goes into another one, and I don't even know. It's probably going to cross in between here. Yep, there it went. What the hell? Here we go. Here's one that's growing. And that was one of the very first ones I said, hey, let's check this out and see if it's doing anything. And it was just little and it didn't seem to be moving, so it moved away, and now it is this huge. And I mean, do you see anything around it? We're obviously, like, otherwise in a high pressure area. It was clear half an hour ago maybe. And I don't know if me holding this camera can do it justice, but this thing's just expanding. See it, it's closing up there. God, it's even bigger than before. I mean, you don't even have to look away a second, and these things are just, this is incredible. Oh, look at this one. Look at the black. It's just moving across. Man, that is just an immediate reaction. That is insane. Oh, there one. Oh, yeah. They're loving this cloud. And see, like, why does this have two jets? And why, two big ones coming out? And now look at that. The trail is just gone. It's either just really dumping everything in the cloud, or it's a different type of trail, or I don't know. I can't. In the viewfinders, these things look half translucent. So I guess I better go over here because it'll be coming out of this cloud in a second. This is sick. This is just really fucking sick. Again, the sun is directly in my eyes. I can't. And see, look. It's either all that crap up there or this thing is translucent. It almost looks like a... I don't even know. I mean, obviously something's dumping that fuel, but look at that. It's like hardly an outline, and it's flying just almost directly in front of the sun, but not under it. It should be shining, reflecting, sparkling, and it's just, you can hardly see it. And there it heads into the other cloud. And what is this shit? At least I can hear this one. I can never, and that's synonymous with all of these, no matter how close, no matter how far, these are flying right over us. I don't hear a thing. And yeah, that airplane, I could hear it for the past 3 minutes approaching. And it wasn't apparently even as big. Although I don't even know what that was. We have the municipal airport nearby, but that's not a path the planes take at all. And, come on, you should be, yeah. And I can't even tell, that is not, look, I could be wrong. I don't know a lot about planes, but that doesn't, it reminds me more of a crop duster than a, whatever, than a passenger plane. So remember, just minutes, maybe 5, minutes ago when I was showing how the whole sky, at least above, had cleared out and they were all moving away on their own. Again, I also noticed the triangles everywhere. Again, thank you, Roxy Lopez and Sean Goutreau, and your buddy that was on the show as well. Can't thank him enough. Sean's name stuck in my head because he'd been on there twice. But ever since I got just the aha, oh my god, I see these, I can't stop seeing them. And I mean that some of them are empty, hollow like this. The other ones are the kind of dark shadow figures that he sees. Those are the just outright creepiest, and I can see why I don't know how I didn't notice them before, but at least the gaps, the ones like kind of like that, they seem to be like seams that, at least just now I've noticed. I just a second ago filmed as the cloud was expanding. I didn't mention the triangles, but I pulled in on 2 different triangles, and that those were like the last little loose ends. I don't know if that's where they flew out of or not, but it's almost like these clouds were segmented together and those were the last seams. And now that the sun is effectively blocked out, and if this camera can see it, now the clouds over it, it's blue. It's like indigo and blue and funky, and yeah. But yeah, now you just see the sun go dark, and I'm not seeing these planes anymore. And while I'm focusing on that one cloud rapidly expanding and looking at where they're all coming from, this thing has just all but covered the sky. And these that came out of nowhere are now reaching their way towards it. The ones from the background that were drifting away are being either reached by the ones above or coming back this way. Every one of them is spreading towards the other. So yeah, maybe they were dumping the same stuff and it was all under the cover of these clouds, and Reno, it's not even worth guessing. It's sick. Whatever it is, it's sick, because if the only thing we're told is that, oh, well, we've planned this out, it's nothing but, a tinfoil hat theory for all you crazies, although we have scientifically done all of the research and know exactly what we would do if we would do it, but that would only be like, if the Earth were going to end because of climate change and so on, and we're not doing it. So you guys are just all whack jobs, and it's only a last whatever measure, okay? Don't tell us it's a last case scenario because of all the obvious, as outlined with them and owning the weather in 25 years or whatever. Aluminum. And of course barium, which in the UK when they sprayed in the 40s, we're still having cancer deaths from that. I saw a thing on it last night, So it's like, okay, so they are dumping it. I mean, all you have to do is look up. I walked outside just to go to my car, and because they've been kind of, they usually have a little time about it, and you can tell when it's just going to be real obvious. And all I had to do was look, so we have to be in a massive denial not to be seeing this, and yet hell, if you're gonna do it right in front of our face and lie and say it's not happening, they could at least say something like, oh yeah, we do that, we've been doing that for a long time, y'all never notice, and it's for some you know, I don't know, we're dropping seeds to replant all the forests we've chopped down. I don't know, some kind of bullshit, you know. Yeah, money's gonna fall from the sky, that's what it's for, you know. But no, it's last case scenario for solar mitigation or well, solar blocking, in the last ditch effort to cool the earth. Then of course there's all of the weather control aspects that go along with it, but we wouldn't want, that would only just be part of it because it's so toxic. We wouldn't use it unless we were in such a case that everyone would know we needed to. I mean, is it just that they had to admit that because these documents are going around everywhere showing how even back to the 50s and maybe I think earlier, that they've been refining this and testing it in all kinds of forms, and it just makes no sense. That's all I can imagine. But then, even then, it's the media's shown over and over. All you have to do is deny enough times or call names. I mean, you start pulling out the whack job thing and everybody backs down, you know. And the people that are left that make perfect sense, then the shit that's right in front of your eyes, you don't see it. Because, I don't know, because that's the only trail that can be seen. This is the only one that's stuck in the sky. That's bizarre to me. And I'm sitting here trying to explain this, even though, I don't think there should be any further explanation than this is happening, and this is happening everywhere. And, I mean, even at night nowadays, your best argument is just say, look up. And even then, I feel like that should just be enough, you know, let alone the chemical test results of the water and the air and the rather sick things like the human, I don't remember, white blood cells or red blood, just the fact that there's measurable amounts of like human serum products or blood products or whatever in what the hell are they doing? I mean, come on, idiots. It's we can argue about the Twin Towers later, or, you know, we can feel good about us not being, oh, come on now, why do they have to go in the sun? This is sick. And once again, look, it's just gone. It's like, these things don't usually disappear like this. I mean, they have, but... And this is the first day I have heard people that say they can taste it and so on, and I don't know, maybe I had my, not necessarily doubts, but I felt like I would only hear it from certain places. You know, I would hear one radio show or a news report or read an article, and it would maybe they would have talked to X number of people that could actually taste it, smell it, you know, get sick when it happens. And then others, you know, entire groups of people would just, they would just use their eyes. And so I didn't know if, I don't know, I sure as heck didn't doubt them at all, or at least think they were flat out lying, but I figured there could be a psychological effect. But these are the first weird ones we've had where they haven't been stacking in the sky. And this is the very first time I taste metal. And I've, hell, you heard me, I've been coughing. The second I looked up, when all three of those were flying around, I just started choking, and now my throat's getting raw, and I felt just fine. And aside from it tastes like I'm sucking on batteries. It smells like some kind of funky, fruity pine sol death. I don't even know what that is. And trust me, this is Arkansas. We got the paper plant, we got the river. It's always smelling like something funky, but this smells like scumbaggery. That's it. And it is time to wake up. It's time to wake up. I hope, I just hope that they're wrong, even if it's just on one little issue, but in so many ways, if just half or 10% of what some of the pioneers in this area have said are true, and of course I can't think of any names, I never can when I'm on the spot, but like the guy that did What in the World Are They Spraying, if even 10% were true, we're still like totally hosed, and yet it all made absolute sense. It all tied together. Not only did it make sense then, but every day further, if you didn't notice that then, or if you couldn't draw the correlations then with the ice nucleation and whatever, it just continues to prove itself worse. And so it's just, this is a war. This is a war we're fighting, and we don't even know the enemy, but I really, to try to define whether it's government or corporate, I don't think that's really an issue anymore. They're the same. Either way you put it, they both have the power, they both own each other, whatever. It just interchanged the names. And unfortunately, big corporations are a global thing. And I think that's where they're able to do this shit worldwide. And it's just, and have absolutely, and in these documents, how sloppy these people have to be. They sit here and talk about, if we wanted to make it better, we'd do this. All of a sudden they're changing the way the jet things are designed or whatever, it's like, okay, here comes something. Oh man, and there's gas smell everywhere. It smells like two-cycle gas. And I've never seen these little freaking crop duster guys. What are they doing? Where are you, man? Come on. You're in that cloud. I see you, right? There you are. Like, is he checking it out? Or is that a cloud seeder? I don't think it is. I think no, because those have all those little sprayer cones and. So I guess his job is to fly right just under the clouds to make sure we're all getting our daily dose of. What the hell? That's some creepy looking from here. Our daily dose of aluminum and barium and God knows what else, fragmented blood cells, antigens. And I heard some quote talking about at any moment, over 400 planes just in the United States are consecutively spraying. And I mean, and I think it's that just one spray lingers a great deal in the atmosphere for over a year. And I mean, out of all those people, out of all those pilots, and I know, I've heard interviews and all that, and I know that pilots are very, I know they're got to be hard workers. I know they're very educated. I know they believe in what they're doing. There's a lot of